Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I am bringing you the definitive guide for Arc Raiders, a game I've been grinding heavily through both the server slam and the technical tests. If you want to dominate in this world, you need two things: maximum FPS and crystal clear visuals. I have spent hours testing every single toggle to find the perfect balance between performance and competitive clarity. This is the only settings guide you will need to ensure your rig is running this game as smoothly as possible. Let's dive right into the best configurations for Arc Raiders so you can start winning those high-stakes extractions. Graphics and display settings. Starting off with our graphic settings, we need to address NVIDIA DLSAs. Personally, I keep frame generation turned off to keep the input latency at an absolute minimum. However, if you are struggling with a lower-end card, I suggest turning it as high as your specific GPU series allows. Keep in mind that enabling frame generation will gray out VSync and NVIDIA Reflex settings. If you have it disabled like I do, make sure VSync is turned off. VSync introduces noticeable input lag, which is a death sentence in a fast-paced shooter. Leave NVIDIA Reflex low latency on the on setting. For the frame rate limit, I usually set mine to 400 or just uncap to let the hardware breathe. For DLSS quality, I highly recommend leaving this on quality. If you are desperate for more frames, you can drop it to performance, but quality is the sweet spot for spotting enemies at a distance. Regarding the DLSS model, the Transformer model is significantly better than CNN. It uses a bit more GPU juice, but the visual stability is worth the trade-off. Visibility and gameplay FOV field of view is massive in a third-person game. I suggest cranking your FOV all the way up. This allows you to see more of the environment and catch players trying to flank you. Speaking of the camera, take full advantage of the third-person perspective. You never have to physically peek a corner with your character's body. Use the camera to scout around walls while staying completely hidden. Next, find motion blur and kill it immediately. I honestly don't know why this is even a setting in competitive games. It makes everything a blurry mess when you turn, making it impossible to track targets. For the NVIDIA RTX Global Illumination, this setting is a massive resource hog. I recommend setting this to static. If your rig is a beast, you could try medium or high, but for the best frames, static is the way to go. Quality settings for competitive edge. Now we get into the settings that really matter for gameplay. For view distance, I want this on epic. You need to see raiders and machines from as far away as possible. If your PC struggles, drop it to high, but never go below that if you can help it. Anti-aliasing should be set to low. If you notice weird artifacts or shimmering on edges, you can bump it to medium, but low keeps the image sharp. Shadows should be on medium. On low, shadows can look blocky and distracting, while medium provides a clean look without tanking your GPU. Post-processing also looks best on medium. For texture quality, high is ideal. Textures make the biggest difference in how the game looks, and as long as you have the VRAM, it won't hurt your FPS much. For effects and reflections, turn them both to low. These are just eye candy that distracts you during a gunfight. Most importantly, set foliage to low. This is a literal game changer. High foliage settings allow enemies to hide in thick bushes. Lowering this setting thins out the grass so you can spot those campers before they ambush you. Finally, set global illumination resolution to low and keep the in-game performance overlay on simple or use Steam's built-in counter. Controls and keybinds. The default controls are okay, but we can make them much better. I changed sprint from a hold on shift to a toggle on caps lock. This frees up your pinky for hitting tab or the map key without straining your hand. For crouch, I prefer the C key on toggle mode. The dodge roll is your best friend. It is incredibly strong for winning duels. If someone gets the jump on you, a well-timed roll to the side can completely throw off their aim. I put this on left alt because it's right next to the thumb. For shoulder swapping, I moved this to a thumb mouse button. Being able to swap which shoulder you're looking over is vital for clearing corners safely. Don't leave this on the default X key. You need to be able to hit it instantly while moving. Weapons and inventory. I strongly recommend unbinding your mouse wheel for weapon swaps. It is way too easy to overscroll in a panic. Get used to using 1, 2, and 3. I put my map on the tilde key because it's much faster to reach than M. For your crosshair, I added a center dot and turned it teal by dropping the red values to 0. This color pops against almost every background in the game, making it much easier to track your aim. My sensitivity is currently at 35 with 800 DPI. This allows for precise long-range shots while still being fast enough to turn on someone. Make sure your bring game to foreground on match found setting is on, so you don't miss the start of a raid while alt-tabbed. These tweaks will give you a massive leg up on the competition. And that's it for today's review. If this helps you out, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you into the next one. Thank you for watching.